beautiful souls. Welcome back to Daily Divine Messages from Spirit. Happy Monday at the time of this reading. But we got some weekly energy. Now, I say weekly and then I paused because this is actually energy that is lingering from the weekend's forecast wisdom from Spirit that I did on Friday. However, this energy, the 111 portal, you guys realize that this was such a powerful portal that we had yesterday. The 111 portal was not just a 111 portal because we are in the year of one, of universal year one. Why? Let's do the math. I'm going to break it down real fast. And then we'll get into what these beautiful cards are trying to tell us for a very beautiful divine masculine collective. So let's get into it, shall we? But what does universal year number mean? And why am I saying it? Because the universal, or the number 2026, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6 equals 10. And 10 does mean completions of cycles. However, the 0 also, you can just kind of, I guess you could call it, just flick it out. I don't know. That's the word that wants to go through right now. And that then turns it to a 1. So it's not only the end of cycles of 10 completion, but also the beginning of 1. New beginnings, a new year. And brand, this is a different kind of new year, you guys. This isn't just a new year, like a new chapter, like we always feel every year. This is a new book, a new movie, okay? This is a whole new story, world. It is a dream come true. This is the beginning. We have the star card, which is Aquarius, and I also call it Sagittarius energy because that is of hope, of wish. Sagittariuses are full of optimism and hope. My son and my sisters are Sagittariuses. Good folk. Love y'all. Shout outs to you, Beatsies and Indigo's Eye. Okay, carrying on. But I love this star card because this Aquarius, Sagittarius star energy, number 17, might also be a significant number for someone, but that reduces 1 plus 7 to 8, which is of cycles ending and beginning, as well as what 8, the infinity sign, energy clearing, does for us. The star card is all about the balance of receiving from above, from source energy, and pouring back into you, into earth, into self. Receiving from source and pouring back in to self until it overflows into others. That is the abundance of love that we are. It's not some finite, scarce piece of a pie that we give and then there's nothing left for us. Don't do that. If that is happening to you and you are pouring from an empty cup, it is because you are cutting off the flow of abundance from source, from divine, from God, from Jah, Allah, well, however you want to call it. I call it the gracious, omnipresent, divine. aka God. So the reason why this is a very, very specific message from a Divine Masculine collective here is because as I was preparing for my reading on Friday, I was grabbing my Star Child Akashic Tarot deck that I use for Spirit, for messages from Spirit, and I grabbed it and like a handful of these Astro Matrix tarot cards came out, and this is the card. This is the deck that I use to read for the Divine Masculine collective during my Tea and Tarot Tuesdays for my all signs. And so to have 6 cards come out and from this Divine Masculine deck. And then these 2 cards were just stuck in here. This is was just kind of hiding behind in the deck with Spirit. And that is the card, the 6 of Cups, with the 5 of Swords, with the goddess and healer Isis. The 6 of Cups is this beautiful card of nostalgic love, nostalgia. Okay, something that is so emotionally fulfilling for you from the past. And I'm hearing my song, Sweet Memories. Sweet memories. The 5 of Swords with the goddess Isis is protecting this covenant over this beautiful, sweet memory that this Divine Masculine collective is having. It's a very specific message for a very specific Divine Masculine. And if you're listening to this, I hope this resonates with you in the way that Spirit intends it to resonate with you. This Star card coming out, Aquarius energy. Divine Masculine, you also have the Hermit card. This is a wish that you have been deeply searching. I'm hearing to the ends of the earth for. The Hermit goes deep into the soul for wisdom, for knowledge, for truth, for discoveries. And you see how it's lined up kind of the way where it's almost like he's shining light on the stars that's coming from the energy, source energy that is trickling into this beautiful angel, divine feminine empress, into that she is then pouring into herself, into her own emotional cup, into the cups of all around her, back into earth, into Mama Gaia. And that's the flow, the circle, the cycle, the dance between the masculine and the feminine energies that we all carry within ourselves, that I say time and time again until we remember that feminine doesn't necessarily mean female and masculine doesn't necessarily mean male. But even though I use he, him pronouns when I am speaking about the masculine deck, it's for the sake of ease. But take it as it resonates, because see it for what it is as well, in the fact that even if you don't necessarily identify as a male or divine masculine necessarily, but you still have masculine energy, because that is what takes all that feminine energy and brings it into fruition. Same with you, masculine. Even if you do identify as male or masculine, you still have feminine energy. And that feminine energy is that that source of divine. It is those emotions. It's that non-physical presence within you. It is the emotions, the sense, all of your senses, your sensuality, your sexual expression. It is your life force energy. That's how we create. That's how we co-create. That's how we procreate. That is the creative force. The creativity that lies within us is our feminine energy. I hope that makes sense. And so, speaking of life force energy, we have Beyond Lemuria showing up. Literally life force energy. Number 34 might be a significant number for someone. That could be your age. That could be an age that that something significant happened, where a dream that you have had came into fruition, or a significant change has happened, or something of the sort. 34 also reduces to 7. 3 plus 4 equals 7. 7 is the number of divine. But I'm also seeing these numbers here because this is also very specific, because the Hermit card is Virgo energy, and we have the Hermit, which is the number 9 in the tarot, in the major arcana, the 9th major arcana, the Hermit, which is the deep soul reflection. So number 9, the 9th month, is what stands out. September. That might be a birth month for someone here. Divine Masculine, you might also have a birthday on the 17th of September, or around there. Take it as it resonates. Or maybe something significant happened on the 17th of September. Maybe you have a journal that you might want to reflect back, or pictures. I feel like I keep hearing eclipse for this time, so I think there was an eclipse. I don't think it was on the 17th this past year. I think the eclipse this past September was on like the 21st or 2nd, because I remember it was on like the change of seasons and on the cusp. But maybe last year, 2020, or the year before, 2024, maybe there was an eclipse on the 17th that could have had a significant change of events for you. Who knows? Take it as it resonates. This is a message for a very specific Divine Masculine collective here. So it's not going to resonate with everyone. It's not going to match exactly for everyone to the T, but it may resonate on or some or around. So take what does and just leave the rest for someone else, okay? But I love that maybe on September 19th you tapped, something was activated, your life force energy was activated, Divine Masculine. Spirit says your life force energy was activated when you turned 34 on September 17th or around. And what happened? What activated? The life force energy of the King of Pentacles. That's beautiful, delicious energy, Divine Masculine. The King of Pentacles is earth energy. Okay? Earth signs. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We are in Capricorn season right now. You might have Virgo and Aquarius in your chart here with the star and the Hermit. Or Capricorn and Taurus with the King of Pentacles. But King of Pentacles is the final king of all the kings. The King of Kings, Lord of Lords. This is what I just heard. And this is the king. Oh, I have another part that adds to this, because Spirit just said, tell them about the curse that was broken for the Divine Masculine Collective. Oh, y'all want to hear something? Here's the tea. It's not Tuesday, but we going to have a little bit of a tea and several Tuesday mini sesh real quick, right quick. Okay. So, on Friday, right before I did my Daily Divine Weekend Wisdom message, I was doing my 5 minutes of happiness stretch yoga that I like to do, and I went to put my hands up and I hit the thing. I hit this little dangly thing that I have right above my window, right above my meditation station right here in this altar corner, or my calm corner, as I like to call it sometimes too. But I hit the crap out of it, and let me grab it. This flute here, that is a champagne flute, which is so funny that we, looks like we had a guest that entered the chat that looks like it had the name champagne in it, which I think is fitting for this, and that's the only reason why I'm bringing it up. Thank you, Spirit, for confirmation and the reminder, because what is on this champagne flute, if you can see, is the symbol of the Fleur-de-lis. The Fleur-de-lis is the French symbol for French royal, or a symbol for French royalty, but it also is a symbol for like purity and Christianity too, like Mother Mary. But what stands out to me mostly is the royalty of it, and it's interesting that obviously because, you know, Princess Leia, your girl, no. But also because of our essence, the divine royal essence of love, right? And we come from kings and queens. Yes, that is also the truth. Spirit said, don't you forget about that. We got Isis over here, Goddess Isis, reminding us, yes, we do come from ancient kings and queens, and that is the wisdom that is also awakening within this divine masculine collective because of the Six of Cups. That's what's happening. Okay, the battles that had to be, the battles that had to be in order for this masculine to make it to this King of Kings of Pentacles, the final king of the Tarot. This is the one who has learned all things that he needs to learn, and has taken that wisdom and has invested it into quality investments. And he is now sitting comfortably, abundantly, resourcefully, excessively, because he's tapped into his life force energy. Why? Because Spirit says, I have an announcement. Someone's spirit guide says, I have an announcement to make. So I'm hearing maybe someone's like wanting, like gonna be tink, 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 tink. I'd like to make a toast. A champagne. I'm hearing a celebration. A wedding, I just heard. A royal wedding is what I just heard. In the spirit realm for Divine Masculine. Very interesting. But that's so cute, because it's literally like someone's counsel, someone like a Divine Masculine counsel is coming through right now as I hold this and raise this glass. It's like, I'd like to propose a toast. And the curse of the Fleur-de-lis, the final curse, is what the title was. I think I'm going to make the title of this video here. And of course I wrote it down and I need to get my notes. Let me see if I can remember it before I get my notes. The final curse of the Fleur-de-lis, Heir, has fallen. That's the download for the Divine Masculine Collective that is tuning into this reading right now. That's the message, the weekly wisdom, weekend wisdom, the 111 portal that Spirit wants you to know, Divine Masculine. I'd like to propose a toast. I'd like to declare a toast to you, Divine Masculine, who is listening right now. Congratulations. The battles that you fought, even in past lifetimes, have not been overlooked, have not been forgotten. You have gone to the depths of your soul, Divine Masculine. And now you have broken the curse. Why? And this is going to sound so cheesy, but we all love a good Gouda. But it's like the fairy tale, and it reminds me of when I binge watched Happily Ever After a couple years ago. And I remember they said that the only way to break the spell, even the worst, the most vicious and wicked of curses, can only be broken with true love, with divine love, with conscious love. And Divine Masculine, whoever you are, beautiful, beloved, you have tapped into the life force energy, the divine love within you. And you've broken the curse. Now you can rest and recover. You've been, searching. My throat is getting these tickles now. My throat chakra of soul expression, self-expression, speaking the truth. The truth is coming alive, is being spoken. Thank you, Spirit. Since you were a young boy or girl or lad, a wee lad, you have been watching, observing, wishing about this beautiful wish, this beautiful memory, whether it's a memory from a dream, from a past life, from your childhood, with a divine counterpart lover, childhood lover, or a sibling, or a best friend, a soulmate, whatever the case is. Since you were a child, you have been searching watching. Obsessively, to an extent, to some degree, I hear Spirit's counsel, the Spirit counsel for this Divine Masculine, chatter and giggle in love for this Divine Masculine, because they're so happy that finally action is being taken. Movement is being forward movement is being made. And it's finally coming down on to this beautiful Divine Masculine inner child with the Page of Swords. Is what I'm hearing, the inner child of the Divine Masculine. It's finally landing down, aiming towards this Divine Masculine. It's your time, Divine Masculine. That's what Spirit and your councils want you to say, that it is your time now. You have now successfully tapped into your life force energy, your abundance. Your wish is now fulfilled. Your wish has been granted. I'm hearing Aladdin with the genie. Your wish has been granted. Your final wish has been granted with the final curse of the Fleur-de-lis Heir falling. That's a deep story that goes deep. This could be past life with, battles, wars against the heirs. The heirs, that's the children, the offspring of royalty. Because the sound bowl, again, the messages that come through to me in ways that only I can hear them. And it might be a little wackadoodle sometimes, but I hear you, Spirit. And thank you for coming through to me in the way that I can hear you, so I can regurgitate this message to whomever needs to hear it. But the glass broke in the heart chakra sound bowl. There is a broken heart, a curse over a broken heart for Divine Masculine Collective. Heir, Fleur-de-lis Heir. You are a royal heir, Divine Masculine, who is listening to this. That's why I say it's very specific. That's why the King of Pentacles is here. You may have felt or been casted out or exiled or shunned or rejected, or maybe you took yourself out and went around the world searching for the truth, for the answers, for your wish that was put on your heart as a child. People probably told you that wish is way too... That's your wish? Boy, you crazy, is what I'm hearing somebody saying about a Divine Masculine, to a Divine Masculine. You crazy. That wish is never going to happen. I heard she's way at your league. He's way at your league. That's way at your league. You're never going to reach those dreams. You're never going to be good enough. You're never going to be talented. These are the lies. These are the things. These are the battles that you had to fight. The pain, the suffering, the rejection, the discouragement, the demasculating, demasculizing. I think I just made that word up. But Divine Masculine, you had to fight to claim your life force energy back. You want to know where your life force energy is located? In our sacral chakra. And you know where our sacral chakra is located? Right in our pelvis area, where all of the child is conceived, where the child grows in the womb, where the idea, that feminine that we were talking about, energy of sensuality and emotions and creativity, that is what's stored in your life force energy, that, or in your sacral chakra. That is your life force energy. And you're finally reconnected with your feminine, your sacred feminine, your life force energy, the creative force within yourself, divine masculine. That's why Spirit has this message for me, and that's why this flute broke in the heart chakra sound bowl like this, because my mission's work that continues to be clearly reminded to me is to heal the heart of the divine masculine and the sacred feminine for the soul of mankind through conscious love. Bottom of this deck here, loving compassion. 11:55 on the clock. Change, divine change is rising. A new change is awakening, and it's in the name of loving compassion for you, divine masculine. So I hope this helps. That was really beautiful. I love you so much, divine masculine. If it really does help you, I really hope so. Reflect on this and how it hits for you. I'm happy to say that this was a really beautiful message. You should be very excited too, because 2026 is a brand new world. It's a brand new world, baby. So get ready. Stay ready, because here we go. I will talk to you on another moon. Until then, peace and love. Namaste. Bye.